Alright, what's up guys? Today I have a simple how-to for you, how to install a new inner barrel into your Airsoft AEG, and in this video I am placing in a 6.01 Tightbore barrel into my LCT G04. This is a rather simple process that's going to give you increased accuracy and possibly a little more range from your AEG. But before we jump into the install guys, please make sure to smack that subscribe button if you have not already and give this video a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below. All this helps with the algorithm expose my content to more viewers like you who may be looking for this kind of content. Your support is appreciated, you beautiful bastards. Okay, so let's get into this. The first step, which is the most time consuming, is to disassemble the gun enough to access the inner barrel and the hop-up unit. Again, I am working with my LCT AK, but this will be a similar process for other popular brands. First, we'll take off the dust cover and the rear sight with its metal tab spring. Let's put those into the dust cover and use that as a carrying tray and put those parts off to the side. Next, we'll need to take off the charging handle and its rod. I do this by loosening a small Allen screw and the dust cover's release button. Make sure not to take your screw completely out, seeing it's very small and can easily be lost. I merely turn mine just a few turns until it's loose. From here, you'll need to turn your selector switch down from safe to auto or semi, so it's out of the way of the charging bolt. When you pull it back, we can then remove these pieces. Let's take a quick pause here because I am a dum-dum and got ahead of myself when filming this video. I take off the pistol grip and the selector switch, which is something you do not need to do in your AK when accessing the inner barrel. Only after I have done so, I realized, what the fuck am I doing? So please ignore those parts missing for when they are. Now back to the show. Next, we'll need to remove the front receiver from the rear receiver and unscrew the hop-up unit from the outer barrel. Separating the receivers on this model is done by loosening two more Allen screws that are located under the rear sight. One is easily accessed down this hole. Only turn that screw a few times to loosen it. Do not take it all the way out. And the second screw is accessed only by the L-shaped part of the Allen key and requires small turns to loosen it. The angle is a little funky, but just give it a few turns and it'll come loose. Again, don't take these screws all the way out. Now, before we separate the receivers, we need to take out the two screws holding the hop-up unit to the outer barrel. Again, mine happen to be Allen screws, but yours might be Phillips heads. Get whatever tool is appropriate. Take those two screws completely out and set them safely aside, making sure not to lose them. Before we separate the receivers, turn your hop-up all the way on so that the slide is not in the way when you pull the outer barrel off. This way the hop-up unit won't bang on anything or break off. From here, you can grip both receivers, gently pulling them apart and gently pulling the outer barrel off of the inner barrel. From here, we can take a look at the inner barrel with the hop-up unit on it, and then we can take the inner barrel with the hop-up unit out by maneuvering out at this angle. So now we could actually start swapping out the inner barrel. Holding the barrel up, you'll want to turn the hop-up unit all the way off or forward so that the nub does not fall to your hop-up unit. You can look down the barrel and see nothing is bulging out. So holding the hop-up upside down, we can remove the plastic C-clamp. Be careful not to break this clamp when removing it, but it should come off pretty easy. Putting that aside, you should be able to slowly slide out the barrel, and there should be a brass ring around it. Slide the barrel out and remove the brass ring. Your bucking may or may not come out with the barrel. If it does not, you could use small needle nose pliers to gently pull it out. Make sure not to squeeze the bucking too hard or yank it out too fast. Move slow and get that sucker out of there. I happen to have a Prometheus purple bucking in my gun, which I am a fan of. I do prefer the blue buckings they make instead, but I haven't been able to find those as of late. Checking your hop-up again when it's turned upside down, make sure that the bucking nub is still down in its hole and nothing is protruding out. Put the hop-up aside and keep that upside down. Now taking your new barrel, I like to lightly lube the bucking on the inside and outside to allow it to slide onto the barrel and go back into the hop-up unit smoothly. You can see the inner rib of the bucking and how that's going to line up with the little groove on your barrel. From here, make sure to find the hole in the barrel for the bucking nub. That will go face up in the hop-up unit and line up with the nub's hole. Once the bucking is back on, you can slide the brass ring back on, then slowly slide your barrel into the hop-up unit. Again, move slowly. You may have to wiggle the barrel side to side, but just make sure the side with the hole is facing the hole where the nub is rested in. Make sure the brass ring is under the separate slim part of the hop-up. You could then pop the clamp back into position. You can check to make sure your bucking nub is still in place by sliding the hop-up on and see it protrude out. And that's it. New Tightbore barrel installed. So from here, you will just do the reverse. Put the barrel back into the bottom receiver, lining up the hop-up's hole with the Gearbox air nozzle, gently sliding on the front receiver over the inner barrel, tightening the two body screws. Putting back the two screws holding the hop-up unit to the outer barrel. Placing back on your rear sight. Then the charging handle and its bolt. pop back on the dust cover, and bam, you're all done. A new Tightbore barrel successfully installed in your AK AEG. Hey guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and if it was, make sure to drop this video a like and hit the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. And I have plenty of other easy to follow how-to videos on my channel, so make sure to check those out as well. Much more is coming in the near future, guys, but that's it for now. Till next time.